Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
What's going on, everybody?
We're back for one of our favorites. This is Farmer Wants a Wife. It is the season three finale for the US version. Make sure you like, subscribe here at TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all your Farmer Wants a Wife coverage. Fox reality stuff will have you covered with The Snake when that premieres in 2 weeks. Go check out even our review of Farmer Wants a Wife season two. I think we did one and two, right,
We did
Brian?
it all. We
One
did it.
and two on Fox. We did Stars on Mars. And so, we've had your Fox coverage, but if you're into other stuff, a lot of finales this week, the last 2 weeks, especially Survivor, The Amazing Race, Summer House here with Farmer Wants a Wife coming up on Sunday of Memorial Day weekend. It will be the rehearsal season two finale. So a lot of shows ending. We will be here next week for the start of Peacock's newest series. What the hell is that called now?
Destination X.
Yeah, Destination X, hosted by Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Again, another real popular celebrity that I'm curious to know if you ever watched a reality TV show. Brian, but we're here in the farm. We had a nice 2 hour finale. This was the second half of the dates. No eliminations on the dates, so we're not really going to focus too much on that in this review. But we are going to focus on the final decisions made by the four farmers. I'd say two were pretty peaceful, and two had a little bit of a little spice to them in certain ways. And some people may be curious what I mean by two of them. I think everyone knows what I'm talking about on the top one. We'll start where we ended. We ended with Farmer Matt. We ended with the decision to go with Chelsea versus Jordan, and Jordan was not happy. She didn't lose her cool. She handled it classy, but
Yeah.
just said, "You, I gave you an out, bro." At our last date, and you basically begged me to stay almost, and you told me what I wanted to hear, and I don't appreciate that. And now I get to leave this experience with a bad taste in my mouth. I don't think she's wrong. I really don't, Bry. I would get your reaction to that one.
No, I agree with you, and I actually think that it kind of made the episode for me because like we like this show, but it's not like blowing you away with like dramatics and stuff like that. So I actually kind of like the raw emotion of her being annoyed and pissed, and it, to me made it seem a little more real, and I liked it. I it's just I don't want it to be cookie cutter like, oh, thanks for the time, and like I hope good. Like when she said bless your heart, I was like, oh, that means she's pissed. I like that.
We had some very, I actually wrote this down. We had a lot of wholesome kind of backhanded thing. I mean, we'll go, pray for me.
Yeah, yeah,
That kind of pray for you. Like, kick rocks, bro. Don't pray for me. Like,
yeah.
save your prayers. Um, my second one, Brian, that I think might have been I think, frankly, maybe a low key reality TV moment of the year. People just like maybe not see it because the show is not for the trashy fans at times. I'm talking about our boy Farmer Colton. Now, Farmer Colton, everyone, you can't go 5 seconds without reminding us that he's a dad. We get it. We're both dads, but I've always kind of, yeah, I've had my jokes and pseudo critiques throughout the season about always having to mention that. But my point really is here is that he pulled a real slick one here. He told Keely that he was not ready. He's not ready to move someone into the farm. He's not ready for the time that you would need to be in this type of relationship. And I have to, I'm going to choose my son. And she's like, I love that. You choose him. Best way to get broken up with. And it's so great. It's not like you're breaking up with me, but you're like saying something different to Zoe. He's kind of like, yeah, well, she's not really ready to be full time. And so, yeah, fast forward to him and Zoe. They are like together. Like he picks her, he scoops her off her feet. They get the kiss. He's gonna get to have his fun. But like, man, this guy like that's a slick move.
Yeah. I'm honestly surprised because I thought he was kind of like I don't say he was immature, but like just always like kissing and trying to. Never really thought he was making like a real connection with anybody. But
I thought he was one of the ones, if anyone, that would main go home with no one. Like we've
yeah,
seen that before on this show, and he started it and then he pulled the rug
right,
out.
right. It's crazy. It's
Uh,
crazy. I just didn't expect it from him. Like that's really. I expect that from John, honestly, more than him. Pulling like a smooth move like that.
Yeah, to me, I mean, obviously we can just transition into John. I didn't think this was much of a surprise there for what John was putting out there as far as a partner. I mean, again, it's a hilarious conversation where he's Lily, you're beautiful, you're smart, you're a leader, you're amazing, you're powerful, but you're just not good for me. But he's like, Claire, you're pretty.
Did you?
It comes down to the and look. I mean, you want what you want, and I don't think Claire wasn't drugged there or anything, but he said he wanted a more traditional roles, right?
Yeah.
And I again, like you said, that's just it's what the dude wanted. He's not. Hey, you're not good much of a farmer. Neither am I.
Right. Right. Yeah. Did they say there's gonna be a reunion? Did we see that?
I did not.
I really like. Of anybody I want to check in on, I want to check on him. Just him. Nobody else. What's he up to? Because I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying it. And I
He's
want to.
chilling, dude. He's rich.
And I think the girls, like maybe some of the girls, might call him out. That's what, kind of what I'm hoping for. Is I want to see like that true. Like now the show's over. Like what do these people actually really think?
There was a reunion last season. I don't
Yeah.
see why we would not get a reunion. So I
Gonna
wouldn't be
see it on
unhappy to have two reunions next Thursday with, or no, it would be Wednesday with Summer House. So
yeah.
it's just so nice to be able to cover that on its own. But yeah, we'll talk about that on our Summer House review.
Right.
Shout out Loverboy. Last but not least, Jay Woods, Farmer Jay. I was shocked. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I dead up thought that it was a Karina slam dunk. Remember, I also thought he was going to pick the woman that his mom had picked. Um,
Is
so
it
I've
Rissa?
just been, yeah, I've just been so far off with his radar completely. Congrats to Grace. I just thought she was just like an underdog all season. She took all this heat and she survived it, man.
Yeah, I thought that like once the mom was like, yeah, she's very dependent on me, that might swing him back the other way. But I mean, he liked her all season. I mean, she always was there. I mean, like you said, she survived the BS that was going on at his
With the
farm.
4v1
Yeah.
or the 3v1.
Well, yeah, she was a part of the four, right? Because they were going after the other chick, but she just wasn't verbal enough. I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
thought. I forget her name, but yeah, I mean, she got a puppy out of it. So
Check out a dog, man. I mean, check out a dog. I wanted to find out what happened to that dog.
yeah,
I want to
right.
make
That's
sure the
important.
dog's good. I want to make sure that wasn't a prop. That dog better be on that farm. And
At the reunion, if there's one, dog needs to show
the
up.
dog will be, yeah, that or at least pictures or FaceTime with the dog. We
Mm.
need the dog.
Yeah.
Brian, the season overall, right? This was a pretty steady season, I guess you would say. We definitely had some ups and downs. We started the season, the first few batches of with a lot of drama. We thought we were getting like a full blown Bachelor season, and I do think it kind of circled back into more farmer form. So I think overall, like a good season. I don't really have any major complaints.
Yeah, I think it was definitely the worst of the three.
Yeah, but again, compared to other shows we cover sometimes as far as just like being within the quality of what it's supposed to be, I thought it was fine. Like a reunion would be good for this season
Yeah,
though. A reunion may even link us up. It may not make the season better than another season, but it may just overall grade of this season. We don't have a grading scale yet. Eventually, we will have a grading scale for these shows, and this we got to figure it out. But
if if I can have one thing that I think we talked about it before, let's cut it down to three farmers, same amount of women, more time with people. Because I just feel like this season I didn't know people like I did the previous season.
I did say in a group when I was talking, someone asked like, "What would you think?" And I did say sometimes the show just takes a little bit long to get off the ground, and that is like we cut 20. I know it's not 20,
Yeah,
but we cut like a crap ton of women in like the first week or so. And instead of maybe let's go 2, 3 episodes getting to know this pool of people, and then have them only choose like three women, right? There's just ways to make this, I think, just a little bit better where we get to know everyone involved. So.
it's almost like they could even do like in the beginning they don't all go back to their farms right away, but like they stay with the 16 women and then kind of do like a
A
slow cut.
house, like a
Yeah,
house,
then like weed it down and then they go to the farm if you like that's like almost like the hometown level suites or something like that.
like
And like
the final two or final three go back to the farm for like the final 4
because
weeks or
you know,
something.
yeah, you know what else would be kind of cool is if like just for drama purposes, if like a farmer like two, like all the guys are there, all the girls are there, like a farmer like two different girl,
I
one,
agree.
and then like their girl has to decide, like similar to like that crappy yacht bachelor season or the cruise ship bachelor season where the guy like switched places with Gabby and Rachel. It just stuff like that. Maybe it could just be little tiny things that probably could give the girls a little bit of power in the beginning, and then maybe create some drama too. Like
It
just something,
does.
an
The
idea.
only thing you have to say with that though is we do that, we are then full blown in like bachelor territory, right? So you have to decide. Like, I don't care, right?
Yeah.
But you have to decide because that is what is different about the show is that they do spend the entire time except for the couple of meetups on their home base. So it is
Mm,
a real dose of reality, not to be corny here, but for those women. So yeah, I think it's a good point there, Brian. Listen, we can there could be a rip off of the show and it's just some version like you just said. So there
right.
you go.
Farmer wants an estate, or
Planter wants a partner.
right, yeah, something like that.
That's not that wasn't too bad actually. Um, so if you enjoy our reviews of this show, like I said, just subscribe, hit the notification bell, go look at our playlist, hit the video tab here on YouTube. You can see all of our stuff laid out nice in there. You can see all the different shows. Check it out. Comment below if you want a recommendation on a show. Comment and ask us for a recommendation. Let us know what kind of show you like, and we'll let you know in the comments. Um, yeah, I think that's it though. Great season, everyone. If we have a reunion, we will be back next week. But until next season, for myself and Brian, thank you so much for coming to the farm. Peace.